I don't fit into just one category. I mean, I am a mixture that I'm very proud of. So it was really wonderful talking to Kip and just talking about the different experiences that were very similar between Hapas. You grow up with that sense of I want to fit in. I want to find my place in both worlds, in all worlds. So it was really neat to see someone else who could really relate to that.
I wanted to ask you, the term Hapa is very interesting within it. So where does that come from? Or
It's a Hawaiian term, and technically it means half, but essentially it means part Asian. Most Hapas, when you think about them, they're usually part Asian and part Caucasian or African American or some other mixture.
And also that distinction of being able to click that box, that's only recent, you were just telling me?
In the census, it wasn't until the 2000 census when we were able to say, yes, I'm more than just one race. Because before then, you'd have to say you're either white, or you're black, or you're Hispanic, or you're Asian. Well, for someone like me, I'm both white and I'm both Asian. So you would have to pick one or the other. Why would you want to pick? Because you're a mixture. So it wasn't until the 2000 census where we actually got to say who we truly are. And I do mention in the piece that there are 1.6 million Hapas. Well, we don't know. There could be many more Hapas than that, simply because through the years they've gotten so used to picking just that one race, and until the 2000 census they were finally allowed to say who they truly are.
Hey, we're looking at some more of the pictures right now here.
Don't they vary?
Yes, they're just what a breadth and depth too. What does it say about our past?
I think what it says about our past is that we now are part of this 21st century globalization. I think we're more open to people of mixed races. We're more open to relationships that are mixed. In the United States, it wasn't until the 60s when interracial marriage was allowed in this country. So you're seeing more people like myself, more people with that mixed background, and it's something now finally that's being celebrated. The funny thing about this is in Asia, a lot of the modeling agencies, a lot of these different companies that do advertising really look for Hapas because they have that global look to them. They're not just one or the other. They're a nice mixture.
Pan-Asian is the word they use,
exactly,
right?
Or Eurasian.
Or Eurasian, whatever you want to use. A song that fits in that category, and it continues to be quite a dynamic there. You know, this is something that you've lived with your whole life. What did you learn re-looking at this, if you will, sitting down and speaking with Kip?
Well, you know, the thing about Kip is that we both kind of went through this stage in life where when you're really young, you're just a kid like everybody else until someone says, oh, no, you're different. And as a kid growing up, you know, when people would say these derogatory Asian names, you know, and whatnot to me, I would think, well, wait a second, you know, I'm just a person. But then you start to realize, you know what, I am going to really embrace my Asian roots because that is something that I'm proud of. I mean, I grew up in a mainly Asian household. Vietnamese culture, the language, all of that is so much a part of who I am. I was born in Saigon. So, you know, this is really just a core part of me as a person. And now I'm at a point in my life where I truly celebrate it and I love it. And I love both sides of me, all sides of me, every bit of it.
And it says so much about the United States and certainly the diversity that exists here. What has changed in the course of that time? When you said you were born in Saigon, you then immigrated to the United States with your mother, right? Now we're looking at 2007. Over the course of elementary school, high school, college, and now here today.
Well, I mean, I just think essentially through time, you grow as a human, you grow as a person, and you realize that, yeah, we all, you know, this is a melting pot. America is a melting pot, and we're all from somewhere, unless you're Native American. So I think essentially it just tells you that you've got to celebrate your differences, and now it's okay to celebrate your differences, and you might as well be proud of it because you're the only one like you. So stand proud and just be, you know, really blessed at the fact that you have such a rich culture.
And Betty, you certainly do, and thank you so much for stopping by and talking to us about this. Really some fantastic pictures there.
These are great pictures. And what I love about this book, too, is not only do you get to see just the different faces, but seeing how they described what are you. I mean, I think that is so key because it's so telling.
Personal statements in there, right?
Personal statements. And the person on the cover, just really quickly, I love what he said, and it talks about that 21st century globalization. I'll find his page here in just a second. Essentially, he says, what am I? I am exactly the same as every other person in the year 2500. So it shows you, it shows you how we are all mixing and we are all blending, and so you must celebrate that background.